Good evening, United Women in Faith leaders. I greet you in faith, hope, and love. What an honor to be with you tonight. You are leaders. I invite you to sit with that for a moment. Leader, a person who leads or shows someone the way to a destination by going in front or beside them. It also means to be in charge, to organize and direct or set a process in motion. You are here because you said yes to lead others, organize, direct, and move. As a United Women in Faith conference leader, that speaks volumes in your respective contexts. We have a legacy of equipping women for generations now to be leaders. I genuinely believe that God knocked on the door of your heart at this particular time because you are the ones that we need for this leg of our journey. You said, yes, I'm ready to step up, lead, and work with the conference mission team to face any challenge that may come. Thank you. And we promise as staff liaisons and the program advisory group, PAG liaisons, to walk beside you. The last several years has been challenging for the United Methodist Church and United Women in Faith, as we have felt the impact of disaffiliations and the COVID-19 pandemic. We made it through by God's grace. And now is the time to look and move forward, seeing new possibilities and opportunities for a new beginning. Our predecessors lived through church turmoil, societal shifts, pandemics, wars, staff reductions, and budget cuts. Sound familiar? They and we have had to find new ways with endings and new beginnings to stay relevant and thriving. Down through the years, God has always made a way for us to live out our purpose. In 2022, we took a bold step and changed our name and brand, not to disrupt our members and leaders, but to make possible a way for our members that might find themselves in churches that disaffiliate to stay connected with this amazing 154-year, soon to be 155-year sisterhood of grace. To make a bold statement that our unity is in our faith. We are United Women in Faith. We also were strategically visioning our future and how to invite more women into our sisterhood. The reality is that there has been a decline for years in attendance and giving in many of our churches. We concluded that if United Women in Faith is to grow, we must prepare for growth in membership and giving within and beyond the United Methodist Church. If United Women in Faith is to continue to be a leading women's mission organization, we must tell and share our story and legacy in new ways, and we must mobilize as members to invite others to join us. In 2021, a core team of PAG members, board of directors, and elected and selected staff came together to vision and develop a strategic plan to guide us for the next 3 to 5 years. The result was a plan with 4 priority strategic goals. First, be a reliable source for women's spiritual growth. 2, attract and engage women for increased membership, funding, and donations. 3, position United Women in Faith as a leading women's organization with the wider faith community and the world. And lastly, mobilize members to inspire, influence, and impact their communities and the world. Since then, we focused on implementing strategies and creative ways to meet these goals. As you see on the slide, the words in red represent the ways we do mission. Now, this is not an exhaustive list. There's much more we could add. but I do want to point out some of the new mission efforts noted. In 2022, we launched a new website with the ability to join online as an all access member, as well introduce Soul Care, our welcome event for new women. In 2023, we launched the member portal and transitioned from pilot to full launch of the United Women in Faith digital resources platform. And related to Goal 2, as you see, we expanded the ways we invite members and supporters to give through text to give, special appeal messaging, registration as you register for an event, as well as with our virtual events. You experienced this request to give when you registered for this briefing. I hope you gave. I did. We set metrics from March 31st to December 31st of 2023 for each goal to measure the impact of other shifts and changes, as I shared with Goal 2. Related to Goal 1, you see the mission use studies and Soul Care manual goals regarding sales. We exceeded the mission U target, I learned today, by 95%. We under set our goal. And we got close to the Soul Care manual target, even though its release was not until August. Related to Goal 3, we increased our social media presence with Google Ads, resulting in greater traffic and engagement on the website and our YouTube channel. With the release of our All Access membership video, we saw an increase of 38,000 views in less than 4 months. Our newest video promoting Faith Talk had 147,000, you heard me, 147,000 views in the first 3 weeks. For Goal 5, we can all participate to make a difference. As you work with leaders and members, always include an invitation to act now. By signing up for action alerts related to our social justice priorities, climate justice, and ending mass incarceration and criminalization of communities of color. And through our campaigns, Just Energy for All and Interrupting the School to Prison Pipeline. And number 2, by providing links for taking action in real time. We can act collectively this evening. In the moment, there'll be some directions in the chat for us to act as soon as we end this briefing. So don't go to bed till you do that action tonight. I hope you see that we have much to celebrate amid what has felt like chaos. We are keeping our gaze looking forward. When I accepted the role of General Secretary and CEO, it was because, like you, I felt God inviting me into leadership at a level of greater responsibility and accountability, and that it was my call for this leg of our journey as United Women in Faith. Do you realize we are presently part of the 4th generation of United Women in Faith? Every generation has left a legacy and foundation for the next to carry forth. The baton is in our hand now. I ask myself often, what legacy will we that are part of this 4th generation hand to the next generation, joining us in 2029, just over 5 years from now? I feel a sense of urgency, and I hope you will too. It will take all of us, from conference to local and jurisdiction leaders, our outgoing and next program advisory group, incoming program advisory group members. It will take all of us to make that difference. I want to move on to the next slide, which is our vision. We have a vision that will carry us through before we hand to the next generation. As I said earlier, it's about the growth. And we, by 2028, want to, and believe that we can grow our membership beyond 500,000 members, regardless of where our membership count may end after the disaffiliations. We're going to be bold. We will generate $10+ million per year in revenue, and that returns us to our 2019 level pre-pandemic. We will meet and or exceed the 2014 goal of $60 million for our Legacy Endowment Fund. This may sound daunting. The vision is nothing new. I can assure you that the board, the program advisory group, staff have been working, innovating for growth since I began with this organization in 2010. We must create a sense of urgency now by naming and making the vision plain. The good news, as I said earlier, is that we have a plan to fulfill the vision. I implore each of you to embrace our 4 strategic priority goals, as well as the vision. And invite your conference team to try one thing this year that will help our conference help you increase membership and giving. Even if it feels risky, try. We are leaders called for this leg of our journey to make a difference together with faith in and love of God. If we believe that all things are possible with God and that we have faith in the vision and these goals that they can be achieved, I believe we are unstoppable, not because of our might and what we do, but because God will provide the growth, as we heard in the scripture reading. We will all be working together towards the same goals and vision. I shared some of the resources we've created and are modeling on how to reach more women. Let us step up and be leaders and influencers. You will hear later from past and present conference leaders that are influencers. Listen for ideas as they speak. Or I invite you to start with these possibilities and any others you feel will help the needle on membership and giving in 2024. Prepare a message of hope and inspiration to share in your next newsletter, plus 2 other times. Together as the mission team, dream, pray, discern, and implement one way to grow your membership and mission giving. Connect with as many members as possible to listen, share our vision and goals, and encourage them to follow your lead in trying one new way to grow. Do you believe by working together at all levels on these goals, we can fulfill the vision and ensure that our generation's legacy, hand on or hand to, is bold and significant by 2029? I hope yes. Join me in praying for God's wisdom to lead us together. We are the ones, I'll say that again, we are the ones called to lead at this time. Let's step up and make it happen. Thank you.